Thanks for joining us here on Queen City News. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Alicia Barnes of Queen City News. Reporter Shakira Speaks spoke exclusively to the 16-year-old about her account of what happened that led to her quitting.
16-year-old Autumn Williams tells me she's still trying to understand how the brown hair color she had in her braids was deemed unnatural for her at her job at Chik-Fil-A. She says she felt singled out and embarrassed. Autumn Williams had only been working at this Chik-Fil-A in Harrisburg for 3 months before she was pulled aside for an apparent uniform violation. What she was told caught her off guard.
She was like, "Hey Autumn, one of our supervisors came by and said they noticed blonde in your hair, and he asked that you leave and come back when it's taken out since it's an unnatural color to you."
This is the color Williams says she had in at the time.
I don't know what blonde's in my hair because my braids were brown and there wasn't blonde in them, and my natural hair color is blonde. And in the handbook and the guy, when I had orientation, he never said anything about my hair color or it being an issue.
And Williams claims other co-workers also had unnatural hair colors, but she was singled out. And when she asked her human resources supervisor for clarification about unnatural hair colors, he referred Williams to the employee handbook. But the handbook doesn't specify what unnatural colors are. She says the lack of clarification led her to quitting. Chick-fil-A responded to our request for comment, saying the operator reached out to Williams today and had a good conversation. In further detail, the operator explained that the policy was misinterpreted and said Williams was not terminated and she's more than welcome to come back and work at the restaurant.
I was glad that I didn't have to change myself to fit into someone else's image of what it's like to be a Chick-fil-A worker.
So North Carolina doesn't have the Crown Act law in place. However, the Crown Act doesn't protect against hair color. And since her decision to quit, Williams says she has filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. For now, reporting in Harrisburg, Shakira Speaks, Queen City News.
All right, so y'all just heard that right there. And this is not an uncommon story that I have done on my channel ever. Because I've done this type of story before, but it's been a while since I've touched on it. And it's just absolutely abysmal that this is even still a topic of discussion. Where you have this young lady right here, only 16 years old, who got sent home because of her hair color. Now, this is the picture right here with the braids she had in her hair when she got let go from the job. And it's practically like within the same color as her real hair. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up a picture of her real hair, of her without the braids in. So this is a picture right here with her real hair right here. As you can see, it's not exactly a black color. It's like a brown, like a dark brown color to her hair. That's her natural hair color. And they try to say that she had blonde in her hair and that it looked unnatural. Like, that is insane. You know what? It's getting to the point where now you probably gonna have to start recording these instances. I wish she would have had them actually saying that way she could have some solid evidence, because they're gonna try to use that against her for sure. But Chick-fil-A has had some very interesting imbalances about themselves over the course of the last few years. Of course, you know, the whole issues with the academy, you know, they was fighting tooth and nail with that one, but I'm gonna be honest, that was a issue that never really went very far, because I'm sure academy members still frequented that Chick-fil-A. I'm almost certain of it. But when it comes to, you know, the hair thing, this is not new, especially with black people in this establishment, and them saying, oh, your hair is like, you know, it has to be worn a certain way, or this, that, and the third. The fact they even have to do a Crown Act is absolutely insane. I remember when I talked about a story where it was a young black boy who had a part in his head who got sent home because apparently they thought it was gang affiliated. It was just a part. I heard a story about a young lady, a young girl in the classroom who had her hair out in its natural state, and the teacher sent her to the principal's office because she said her hair was distracting. I had another instance where it was a young lady, I think in Canada, who was training to be on a job, and she ended up getting sent home or not working the job because the last day of her training, she wanted to wear her natural hair and not wear a weave. Then I had one where it was another lady who had neat braids that looked like they were just done. Something happened with her job because they said the braids were inappropriate, even though they were not messy. They were very neat. So they'll find any way to do what it is that they do. And of course, Chick-fil-A is going to come out and they're going to have to say, or save face rather, about this whole situation to not make it bigger than what it already is. But I hope this thing actually gets legs. But even with that, it probably still won't go very far, unfortunately. But I'm glad that she actually called it out and didn't just let it fester. They said she was only there for 3 months. My thing is this. You are just now complaining and she's been there for 3 months and all of a sudden now there's an issue. And she even said that there was other people there with odd color hair that wasn't natural, but they singled her out. Okay. Yeah, like that doesn't pass the smell test for me. But what I said is I'm glad that she actually did call it out. I don't know how far this will actually go. If there is a lawsuit that's out there for her to put into place, hopefully she has it on lock. That's all I can say.